So forest resilience has been a big part of our work for a long time, from early tree trials to work out what tree species we should plant in our new forests, all the way back from 1919. So it's really important for people to understand this is a continuation of that work. As we've seen the climate start to change, we've also had more pests and diseases that we've had to deal with. So if we don't act now to make our forests more resilient, then in 10, 20, 30 years' time, we won't have forests anymore, we won't have lots of dead trees, we won't be producing the timber anymore, there won't be places for people to enjoy, and they won't be homes for wildlife either.
We first identified red band needle blight on Corsican pine in 2004, and by 2005 we recognised it was going to be a problem for us and we stopped planting it. So the way red band needle blight affects the trees is that it defoliates it. So a Corsican pine, which is what this is, would normally have 4 years worth of needles. What red band needle blight tends to do is take out everything but the most recent year's needles. So it's only got 1 year's needles worth of photosynthesis going on instead of 4. Can you see the dark, those needles there? So they might not die from it, but they're certainly not growing anymore. So what we've done is adapt our normal technique, and we've started strip felling, which means that we remove strips from standing crops of Corsican pine and we plant these more sensitive species in the strips. That gives just enough shade and shelter to keep the frosts off and to keep the exposure down, but critically it also leaves enough light for the trees to grow.
As guardians or stewards of the nation's forests, we have a really important role in making sure those forests are there for future generations. So having professional staff in the forest who understand how trees grow means that we can spot problems early. That early warning system is just so important to us because we've seen a greater range of pests and diseases affecting our trees over the last 10 years than we've ever seen before.
But to see that we're adapting to that and changing things so that in 50 years from now we've still got forests and woodlands that function ecologically, commercially and socially, and that's just something you can't beat that.
I am growing the future.
Forestry England is growing the future.